smile when you cheat. But darling, I will be loving you till you're 17. And baby, my heart is super wet, heart 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. But maybe it's just
You've got to sing it.
but me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So
that is what I mean by a helmet. People say to me, Porky, what's a helmet? These two here are helmets. That's how helmets behave when they get near a camera. Do you understand? They're not real people. It's just my opinion, and I know I'm right, so get over it. Now, we all know what's happened tonight, don't we? We all know what's happened. They've put on a show at Wembley, and basically it was a shocker, wasn't it? So I'm going to go straight into the show, and we'll talk about what's happened. We'll start off with David Price. David Price has now been knocked out 6 times by C-class journeymen. Now, I don't know where David Price is going, but he needs to get a move on, doesn't he? But I think it's over for David Price now. He's quit, hasn't he? He's now saying he took the fight and he was injured. There's rumours going around that Tony Bellw was pushing Eddie Hearn to get David Price on the show all this last couple of weeks, and he's took the fight at short notice, hasn't he? Now this is what's happening. Let's have a look. Oh no, is that somebody who he's knocked out in past? These are people David's knocked out in past. Big John McDermott. That's when he was just blowing through everybody, innit? Oh, I'm struggling to find the David Price stoppage. Well, look, David Price got beat, didn't he? Basically, and I feel sorry for David Price, but he's not paying my bills every month, and so why should I feel sorry for him? David Price shouldn't be nowhere near that guy he's just been fighting. He shouldn't be nowhere near a boxing ring. David Price is a plumber from Liverpool. He's got a plumbing van at home. It's a Transit, 64 plate Transit, and he needs to go get back in it and be a plumber. Now, that's my opinion. I don't want to have a go at David Price. He deserves respect. But you know, David Price is going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. Post right review. You know, David Price is going to get hurt sooner or later. He's going to get hurt, and you know, Mr. Bean, Adam Smith, what's he have to say about it all? I don't know, but David Price, let's have it. David Price gives cold stare in head-to-head with Sergey Kuzman, intense beef. I think that intense beef's I think it's died a death, that intense beef now, hasn't it? Everything's intense beef, innit? I'm just wondering where David Price goes from here now. He's got to hang him up now, hasn't he? He's got to hang him up now, because he's just got to hang him up, hasn't he? Where's David Price going from here, right? I've just seen it earlier, but I think it was on end of the main film. But I'll show you a David Price one here. I don't mean to rub it in, but David Price needs saving from himself. He needs saving from himself.
Listen, I've just been absolutely flattened again there off a 41-year-old granddad. You know, I had the world at my feet. I thought my chin was strong, but it's just not. I'm just looking for any door work or security work. I'll work for like £30 an hour. You know, I've got to start from the bottom and make my way back up. I'm fucking shite. I've let myself down and I've let my family down. I'm sorry for everything. I'm Davy Price, big stupid lump of shit.
Now that's a bit harsh that somebody's put up there, and that's been up now for 5 years. Now people were saying David Price over 5 years ago, after he got knocked out by second time by Tony Thompson, they were saying, look, David Price is not much cop now, but you know, people weren't listening, were they then? And since then he's been knocked out 4 times now. How many more times is David Price going to get knocked out before he gets hurt? I know it's easy for us to talk about it, but boxers put themselves out there to be spoken about, don't they, and to be criticised. Now, David Price probably got paid very well for that fight last night. I've heard one figure, I'm not going to mention it because somebody's told me in private, but when they're getting that kind of money and people are paying £20 for pay-per-view and that, they want to see good fights. Now, David Price, in my opinion, has gone on to a show that's been poor. Now, when you go through the show, right, when you go through that show, you've got David Price losing against Kuzman, right? David Price has finished, isn't he? How he's even in the mix to fight next year, I don't know. Johnny Nelson said if David Price is going to fight for the title next year if he won tonight, and he can see it happening now. Johnny Nelson is there to do a job, innit, for Sky, right? He's going to say anything. He's going to say, he's not going to tell you the truth. Whereas me, I'm the alternative news, and I'm just going to tell it straight. I'm pretty harsh and brutal. I don't suffer fools gladly. I don't listen to bullshit. I don't have bullshit in my company. People want to talk shit, don't come near me. I just don't put up with it. It's just how I am. I've always been this way. If you like it or lump it, you're not paying my mortgage or my rent or my bills or anything. Nobody's paying anything for me, are they? So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to listen to bullshit. I'm just going to say it as I see it. Now, David Price needs to hang his gloves up. I told David Allen he needs to hang his gloves up after he got beat in Paris. And he said he was going to have one more fight, and he was losing fight, and he pulled it out at bag, didn't he? Now, I still think that Dave Allen needs to go away and train for a solid year, stay away from Sky, stay away from fighting, train for a solid year, then go at it properly. But Dave Allen likes to be in limelight, and he's got to earn a living, so nobody can stop a man earning a living. But boxers need saving from themselves. David Allen's a tough kid and he can punch hard. He's also my pal. Now, I want to see him do well, but I don't want to see him get hurt. David Price, he's going to get hurt, isn't he? Now, forget the David Price one. Let's go on to the Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell fought Mendy 3 years ago and got beat. Now, he's waited for Mendy to get old. They brought Mendy back and he's beat him, and he on points. So, well done to Luke Campbell. But you should have rematched him 3 years ago, shouldn't you, Luke? But well done. You now need to avenge your loss to Linares, and then as far as I'm concerned, you're back on track then. But I think Linares, I think he's a bit shot worn now when after Lomachenko defeat. But I'd like to see Luke Campbell against him. I'd like to see Luke Campbell against Crawler. I want to see Crawler in action. Moving on after that, you've got Lawrence Okoli against Matty Askin. How Matty Askin didn't get any point. How Matty Askin didn't get points added to his total, I don't know. Okoli should have had. Or did I get that wrong? Okoli should have had points took off him, at least 2 points. He didn't even get a warning, did he? Okoli were holding and leaning. It was a stinker. It were a bad fight, and it's another stinker for Okoli. Okoli stunk the place out again, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? Okoli stunk the place out again. But
all next sale items.
You know what I mean?
Or even less. The next sale.
Anthony Joshua said his #1 choice for next fight would be Deontay Wilder. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God. It's just never ending, isn't it? It's never ending, isn't it? This nonsense is just never ending.
Anthony, you've stopped a man that's never been stopped before in a serious...
Ooh, first and foremost, Wembley, everyone here, thank you so much.
Look at that, straight away, Joshua going into company man mode, straight away, look.
Thank you very, very much. Sky, the zone, everyone involved, thank you very much for your attendance.
Somebody's there to remind him what to say after the fight, you know, because his brains will be a bit scrambled. Now, he composes himself and he needs to get it off his chest before he forgets, look.
Especially before we forget, Team Povetkin.
Well said. You've stopped a man that's never been stopped.
Can we give a round of applause for Eddie Hearn, please?
You can't have everything in life, I suppose.
They're turning all this into a bit of banter now, they're booing for Eddie, aren't they? To hide the fact that everybody can't fucking stand the con.
Anthony, on the fight, you've stopped a man that's never been stopped before, a serious and dangerous contender, former world champion Alexander Povetkin. Your words on your performance and what sort of statement you sent out to the rest of the division tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Alexander Povetkin is a very tough challenger.
Alexander Povetkin is very tough, right? Alexander Povetkin, he's older than when Ali fought Larry Holmes. He's a year older than him when he fought Holmes. He's a year older than when Holmes fought Tyson. When Holmes got beat against Tyson. And he's a year older than Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson lost to Kevin McBride. So Povetkin is older than them three guys. Ali at the end of his career, Holmes at the end of his career, Mike Tyson at the end of his career. The three dominant heavyweights, 70s, 80s, early 90s up to mid 90s. He's older than them, right? They all fought on too long. Povetkin is older than them. He's also older than David A by a year. He's 13 months older than David A. So I'm just putting things into perspective. Povetkin won a gold medal at heavyweight in the amateurs at Olympics in 2004. That's the equivalent weight to cruiserweight. Joshua won his gold 8 years later at super heavyweight. So don't get confused with all this. They both won gold medals at heavyweight. One was super heavyweight, one were heavyweight. Well, that heavyweight's cruiserweight in amateurs, because they don't have a cruiserweight in amateurs. It's called heavyweight. The other one's super heavyweight. Joshua is over 10 years and 1 month younger. He's got a 7-inch arm reach, 2 stone 3 pound in weight, and he's got 4.5 inch on height. That's what he's got on Povetkin. Youth, legs, power, height, reach, the full works. And he's been beat by Vladimir before Povetkin, but they sold the fight on him being tough, and he's never been stopped. Wow. His best win's Takam, who Joshua stopped. Alright? Joshua's just stopped him, and Povetkin stopped Takam 4 or 5 years ago. So as far as I'm concerned, Povetkin, ranked number 3 in Ring Magazine, is shocking. It proves what a poor era we've got. Now you've got Joshua, who's got 4 belts. They're all Tyson Fury's belts as far as I'm concerned. Them belts were took off Tyson Fury, who got them off Vladimir. Joshua didn't get them off Tyson. I know it's Tyson's fault that he lost the belts, but Joshua needs to fight Wilder, doesn't he? He jumped out of Wilder's division, the WBC or sanctioning body, when he were getting moved up to mandatory, and when they brought out the 24-hour testing. He jumped from that to IBF, and then weeks later plans were made for him to get Charlie Martin and the guy who Charlie Martin fought for the vacant belt. He's dodged Wilder now for, is it 3 years? I think it's about 3 years. He don't want to go near Wilder, does he? Now he's going to fight Dylan White next. I personally don't. I'd like Dylan to get a payday. I think he's due it, but his payday will be Chisora. Joshua against Dylan White. Does anybody really want to see that at Wembley in April? Come on. It's just becoming an event, isn't it? It's not becoming a fight, is it? Dylan White's come on a little bit since then, but he's not. He didn't win a round against Joshua, did he? You could give him 1 round out of the 7 rounds that he fought him. 1 round, that's it. But who knows? Maybe he might beat Joshua. I doubt it very, very much. But that's just how it goes, isn't it? Eddie Hearn's not bothered. He's promoting them both, isn't he? But
He proved that tonight with good left hooks, good counter punches. But I come in here to have fun, do what I've been working on in the gym, and give it my best. I realised he was strong to the head, but I know that he was weak to the body. So instead of jabbing to the head, I was just switching it up.
now he's got look at the towel he's got around him there. Lucozade towel around him. Every time you see him, he's got something hanging off him. Whether it's Beats, headphones, Under Armour. It's crazy what's going on here now. In my opinion, he's an £100 million a year money making machine. There's too many people getting paid from the Joshua money making machine. That's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. The scorecards at the time of the stoppage were shocking. Nobody's going to beat this lad here on points. Nobody. Talksport had it 4-2 to Povetkin after 6 rounds. I can't remember what the judges had it for Joshua, but I think they gave Povetkin 1 round, did they? At the time of stoppage, 1 or 2 rounds, I'm not sure, but shocking. You're going to need to knock Joshua out. Nobody's going to get a decision over Joshua. Not a prayer. Not a prayer. Let me get him off here now. I don't want to see him. He's a big dosser. As far as I'm concerned, Tyson Fury beats him. So, well, we're going to see, aren't we?
Thousands of.
Which brings me to, we've done a Coley. We've got these 2 here now. Here, look at these 2 clowns here. These are clowns. These 2.
$5 million deal that was talked about yesterday with you and Bellw.
Right.
Bitcoin's in the Bitcoin. We spoke about it. We know what. He wants us both together.
Couldn't catch this iPhone.
Oh, come on. Let the fight build.
Right. What you've got here? Chisora says that Bellw knocks Ersk out because Chisora's Bellw's mate, isn't he, from amateurs. Bellw says Chisora beat Dillian first time, and that he wants Derek to fight Dillian on pay-per-view. Well, of course he's going to want to do that, innit? Derek Chisora's had about 8 or 9 losses, hasn't he? He shouldn't be nowhere near a pay-per-view. It's like David Price shouldn't be nowhere near a boxing ring. They're recycling the same old crap, aren't they? Tony Bellw, I know I keep going on about this, but I can't get over it. Tony Bellw has not beat a top 10 box rec guy in his career. He lost to Cleverly and Stevenson at light heavyweight. He beat A, but A wasn't top 10 box rec when he beat him both times. He was a former champion, but Tony Bellw's hardest fight of his career is going to be Usyk, and he's only had 16 fights. If he beats Usyk, I'll tip my hat to him. But we know it's a cash out and he's going to work at Sky. But don't be surprised if he works at Sky and still has one more fight at heavyweight. Tony's that type of lad. He's money motivated, he's going to get it while he can, and why not? But don't tell us that you're elite and that you're best cruiserweight in the world, Tony, because you're not. You avoided that Super 8 tournament World Boxing Series, and now you're trying to do a Lucian Bute fighting the top guy from the tournament, the winner. Now, Ward didn't want to fight Bute, so Frotch stepped in and whoops him. Bellw, to his credit, he's going to fight the winner. But Usyk's just had done all the heavy lifting, hasn't he, in the tournament, while Bellw has been fighting shot fighters. So I'd give Bellw a slight edge in that fight, but I think Usyk puts it on him. That's just my opinion. Going through all this here, it's all stage stuff, innit? It's all mates, innit? Patting each other on the back and bigging each other up on IFL to promote themselves. There's loads of boxers at that show tonight, but Coogan will only want to get the boxers of the moment in, won't he? That's why he's been sniffing around Peter Fury's gym, innit? Interviewing all them, because they've got a fight coming up now. He's been nowhere near for months, has he? That's just my opinion. If he's got a problem with it, I'll tell him when I see him in Bulgaria. But that's just boxing, innit, for you? It's a fickle place, innit? I want to see some proper questions asked. I want to see Tony Bellw asked why he's not beat a top 10 box rec. That's what I want to ask him. Why have you not beat a top 10 box rec, Tony Bellw? Why are you on your 4th pay-per-view next? And Carl Frotch only had 3. Why is that, Tony? I think it's a perfectly legitimate question, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But so let's see what else has been happening on IFL. Let's have a look. Oh, Joshua's gone into Povetkin's dressing room to embrace him. All for the love of England and Russia. From Russia with love. Oh, Tyson's here. Let's have a look what Tyson's got to say. So what's happened is Tyson's done a video and Coogan's uploaded it onto his channel, a video Tyson's done. Now Coogan will get views off that now, and he'll stir the pot, because he's like a PR guy, isn't he, for Tyson, Coogan. Tyson and Billy Joe, Coogan's the PR guy for them. Eddie Hearn, Joshua, Warren and all that circle. It's all the same old recycled stuff, innit? What about Ted Cheeseman or Bradley Skeet or any of them guys? Do they ever get any love from IFL? Because IFL are the powerhouse, aren't they? It's let's give them a like anyway. Oh, I'm not even on it. I can't. Rico won't let me on it, will he? How do you like them? You can on Twitter, can't you? See, I'm missing social media, me, aren't I? Jesus. Look at it, it lights up red, doesn't it? Mine lights up grey on mine. It says 1000 and it lights up grey. Coogan's is lighting up red, innit? That subscribe bit. Right, so what do you do? I press play then. Let's have a look. Let's see what Tyson's got to say.
I think it's safe to say now that not Team Joshua or Matchroom will ever fight the Gypsy King. Never. They mentioned if it's not Wilder, it'll be White. There's no mention of Tyson Fury, the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. It's alright fighting men 39-year-olds, half your size. Tonight is pure evidence that I'm fighting the best heavyweight out there in Deontay Wilder. Joshua's not even close. He's slow, methodical, ponderous at times, powerful, yes, but they all are. Very, very clear to say, avoid me at all costs. If I was you, Joshua, I'd avoid me, because I will jab your face off. You bum. You're a bum dosser. Hashtag bum city. Can't box. jab your nut in, easy night's work. I've never seen a bigger bum in my life.
Look at Coogan here with adverts yet again. Who wants to see all these adverts, Coogan? I don't want to see them. Let's see what else we've got on here. Let's have a look. Videos. Let's see what else we can go through while we're on a roll. Bellw, he broke that cheat down. Oh, hang him. David A. Joshua would have lost that fight 5 fights ago. He has balls. Paulie Malignaggi on about Joshua. Carl Froch reacts to Joshua winning. I would fight Joshua. Alexander Ersk. Anthony Joshua reacts to his sensational 7th round stoppage. Coogan says it was sensational. I'm telling you, you're an old man. You have to fight Wilder, says Delboy. Delboy's in on act. Delboy's not going with Sky narrative, is he? They'll soon shut Delboy up though, won't they, if they tell him he's got a pay-per-view fight.
I say 6 and 7.
What did you make of his performance? A few tricky moments in that?
Yeah, because I said the guy's a Rolls Royce, this guy, Alexander.
Delboy says Povetkin's a Rolls Royce. Bearing in mind he's 39, older than Ali, Holmes and Mike Tyson when they fought at the end of their careers and got beat.
He hasn't got the legs to be in the heavyweight game.
He's not got legs to be in the heavyweight game. True, he had to go for 4 rounds and his legs are gone. Very true, Delboy. I respect you for that. I like your glasses as well.
And I said it'd be a tricky fight for the first couple of rounds for Adrian, and then afterwards, I'm gonna take him out.
Any negatives from it?
No, man, he found his range.
There you go, he's calling for Deontay Wilder. Basically, that's what I want to see. I want to see the Wilder fight, but I think Frank Warren's going to have Wilder on lockdown for 2 fights with Tyson Fury. That's just what I think's going to happen. Offer will go up if Wilder beats Fury. If Wilder beats Fury, he's the man. Oh my God. Here we go.
The entire season has built.
Right, what we got here? Let's have a look.
He's going to win. Congratulations. It's a great bet. It's a good. Thank you, though. Thank you. I would say one thing. At the price he's at, it's a great bet. It's a good bet. Like, don't get, if it was even money, you'd back Joshua all day long. Is he 8 to 1 or something? No, less than that. But like 5 or 6 to 1. Yeah, he's starting off about 8. Yeah. I think more people are thinking. He's retired.
What's your reasoning for it then, apart from the betting odds?
Listen, Povetkin, I think it's Joshua's sternest test today. I mean, I think it's the toughest fight. I think Povetkin is well schooled.
Jake Wood says that 39-year-old Povetkin says that Povetkin beats Joshua, and Eddie Hearn now says he's shitting his pants. This is all to draw you in. This is how it's done behind the scenes. This guy is an actor on EastEnders, but he's wormed his way into boxing scene, hasn't he? And he's making money through YouTube and all sorts of stuff with Spencer Oliver. It's all money driven. Go back to acting, you ginger cunt.
Fighting taller guys. I think he's going to come. He's going to clip him at some point, and then we'll see what happens. I hope I'm wrong. I've got a bad feeling.
Jake Wood's got a bad feeling. Eddie's shitting his pants now. Oh, Eddie's shitting his pants now. I think we had this when he said that Wilder gave him a squeak. Melina gave him a squeaky bum. Right, it's all a load of shit. I don't want to see it. Right, as far as I'm concerned, they can fuck off, a lot of them. Right, I'm going to finish on this. Shout out to my sponsors: Ali at Churchill's Tailors, Ledger Frames Doncaster, Colour Works at Leicester, and K Official. Alright, and Edlington Motors. Peace out. It's been a good weekend's boxing, as far as I'm concerned, but the show was shite. Utter shite. And nothing's changed. They're all fucking company men, and Joshua's there to be beat. But he won't fight Wilder. Peace. Keep on trucking.